you are showing up and doing what you're supposed to do at work, I don't think it should matter what you do or wear outside of that building. As long as I'm not coming to work like that. Okay?
Get your money, sis. Fuck a hater. Get your money, sis. Get your weight up. Making money move. I ain't mad at you. Yeah, it's all about the cream and getting money, sis. Get your money, sis. Fuck a hater.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Two Cent Tuesday with Jenny, where you will be getting my unsolicited, unapologetic opinion about what's going on in the world today. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you are notified every single time that I post a new video. And you might as well go ahead and give this video a big old thumbs up. And without further ado, let's get right into today's topic. A lot going on right now. I haven't been keeping up with the Diddy case. Because it's just been a lot, but I heard it's getting really messy over there, and it's starting to expose a lot of people. But we ain't gonna talk about that today. I want to talk about something simple, quick, and to the point. I was listening to the radio on my way to work today, as I usually do every morning. I listen to the Breakfast Club, and they were discussing the topic of how to dress in the workplace versus how you dress outside the workplace. Now, Lauren LaRosa was getting backlash for a video she posted, or she was seen out in DR in her bikini top and shorts.
Now, Lauren is catching a little bit of heat, right?
For what? Her wigs?
No,
What? What you talking about? When that crackhead ran up on her?
No, man. No, man.
What you talking about?
Lauren is catching a little heat. You know, Lauren goes to the courthouse each and every day. She's a journalist, so she reports what's going on at the Diddy trial, and she's out there and she's doing things. But on the weekend, Lauren, she'll go to the beach. She'll wear a bikini.
Yes.
She'll go out. She'll have a good time. She'll be twerking. She does what she wants to do.
Because she have a life. Because she has a life.
Okay.
So the question is 800-585-1051.
You get on my nerves. And he'd ignored it.
Does what you wear off the clock affect how people see your professionalism?
Well, if it's a leather bikini in the DR, yes.
You had
A leather bikini in the DR.
First of all, it was leather shorts in the DR with a nice top. And
It was 107 degrees.
So people are mad that you...
They not mad that it was leather. They mad because I boobs.
And many people felt like it was inappropriate for someone who is a journalist, for somebody who represents themselves one way, you know, on the radio, whether she's showing up to court, whatever the case have you. And people felt like she shouldn't dress that way while on vacation. And I'm curious, what do you think about how people dress outside of the workplace? Should it matter how you work outside of your job? Or you have to represent yourself everywhere you go? Let me know what y'all think in the comments down below, and I'm going to go ahead and drop my 2 cents in on the topic. I feel like I've discussed this before, but I always find it interesting because as somebody who is in the working field, and before working in childcare and working with children in the classroom, I was always, you know, kind of mindful of what I wore and to always make sure that I'm not inappropriately dressed, especially with someone with curves. You know, a lot of things that I wear, even today, I am wearing slacks and a top, and I had on a blazer, but that thing was still thinging back there. I'm just saying. But, you know, I always have to be mindful of how I dress when I show up to work. So I absolutely understand having a specific work attire. However, personally, I feel like what transpires outside of that building when you clock out is your business. I don't think it matters what you're wearing outside of work. Now, granted, depending on what you do for work, sometimes your outside appearance can affect your job, again, depending on what you do. And if you are trying to brand yourself as a certain person, period, whether you're running a business or whatever have you, yes, sometimes everywhere you step out, you want to make sure that you are showing who you are. Now, in Lauren's particular case, there was nothing wrong with her outfit. She was on vacation. They were having a good time. She was in the Dominican Republic. It's hot. What else are you going to wear? If you have the body to put on a bikini, baby, put on a bikini. And there's nothing wrong with it. She was having a good time. She was not working. Now, if she showed up to the radio show in that outfit, then clearly something is wrong. If she showed up to court with that outfit, clearly something is wrong and she would be sent home. But what you do on your own personal time is really no one's business. And I think the only reason why it's become an issue, because I know at my job, they also have a policy stating that, you know, we shouldn't post certain things on our social media and we shouldn't dress a certain way, you know, because at the end of the day, we are serving the community. And if the community see you outside with your thong out and twerking, you know, it doesn't look good. And granted, understood, and all the, but outside of it not looking good, it's really none of their business. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they can't tell you how to dress and how to behave outside of work. As long as I'm not showing up to work in thigh-high boots and a miniskirt, it should not matter what I'm doing outside. I feel like social media has made it difficult now because now everybody has insight to your personal life. See, there was a point in time where once you clocked out, nobody knew what your plans were, what you were doing, what you were wearing. No one knew anything about you. Besides the people that you were around. And if you just happen to run into somebody from work, that's a different story. But social media has now made everyone get easy access to what you're doing, what you're wearing, who you're with, how are you spending your weekends. And I think that's what makes things so difficult. But again, at the end of the day, as long as you are showing up and doing what you're supposed to do at work, I don't think it should matter what you do or wear outside of that building. As long as I'm not coming to work like that. Okay? If you outside sagging in the do-rag, that's your business. But pull them pants up because we don't like to see it. But that's your business. It's your prerogative. But as long as you show up to that cubicle with your suit and tie or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. If you decide to do recreational things over the weekend, have a drink or two, it doesn't matter. As long as you are not walking into your establishment under the influence, reeking of something, those are the things where it's like, okay. But yeah, it don't matter what you wear outside of work. Represent yourself any way that you like. If you are someone who enjoys dressing as if you are going to work all the time, and then that's your aesthetic, do you, boo. But if you are somebody who's like, okay, I got my pantsuit on at work, but when I go out, I want to look like Sexy Red, again, that's your prerogative. You are entitled to do so, and it's really no one's business. And that's just that on that. Let's find something else to talk about. Okay? There's bigger fish to fry out here, Lord knows. But with that being said, as always, I thank you guys for watching. Make sure, again, you are subscribed to the channel so you do not miss out on any other videos. I would love and appreciate you guys if you supported your girl by purchasing my 2 books if you have not done so already. I know you did. You got this far, you ain't ordered those books yet. I promise you won't be disappointed. If you're not a reader, buy it for somebody who is. Okay? It's available on Amazon.com. Inherited Dysfunction Part 1 and 2. The link is in the description down below. And Jenny is